Let's see the recent maritime accidents. After a week-long drift, the disabled Dutch ship Swomagracht is being towed. Swomagracht, DWT 23660, North Atlantic, ETA December 14th, incapacitated, adrift since December 11th. The tug Resolve commander was assigned to tow the vessel, and the towage began on December 19th, 8 p.m. UC. On December 25th, the ship arrived in Bermuda and was berthed at King's Wharf in Dockyard. Container ship has encountered difficulties off the coast of Portugal. According to Portugal maritime authorities, container vessel Casco Shipping Virgo lost propulsion on December 24th while traveling near the Portuguese coast owing to undisclosed damage. According to the track, the giant ship was damaged and drifted for 3+ hours before resuming her journey and landing in Rotterdam on December 27th. Homao, an abandoned cargo ship, floated into Taiwan Strait and sank. The general cargo ship Homao was crippled when a water leak in the engine room was discovered and a distress call was issued. After transmitting a distress signal, 9 crew members abandoned the ship, believing they were secure. The ship was going in a knee direction, most likely to a Japanese or Korean port, from Da Nang, Vietnam. In a severe wind, the ferries GNB Sealand and Volcan de Tiaraf collide in Ibiza. During an unmooring maneuver at Ibiza port on the Balearic island of Ibiza on December 29, the ferry GNB Sealand broke its mooring or tow line. The disaster is thought to have been caused by strong winds. Both ships sustained minor damage and were permitted to leave Ibiza later that day. The ferry Amadea, carrying 350 passengers, has run aground on an uninhabited island. In the Sunda Strait, Indonesia, an Amadea passenger Roro ferry ran aground on the shore of the uninhabited island Kandang Lunik. The ferry was still aground around 1,120 WIB on December 30th, with at least 2 tugs aiding her. Bakauni Sumatra, Merak Java line is served by ferry. Barlas, a cargo ship, has been crippled near Maiden's Tower in the Bosphorus. Near Maiden's Tower in the southern Bosphorus Strait, the cargo ship Barlas had an engine failure. The ship was on its way to Constanța, Romania, when it was brought back to the Marmara Sea. She was still at anchor as of 5 a.m. UC on December 30th. For a brief period, travel across the straits was halted. Former Soviet Azerbaijan cruise liner Enchanted Capri is now a ghost ship rotting in the Gulf of Mexico. In November 2020, the Azerbaijan Enchanted Capri was beached by a storm in Veracruz State, Mexico, in the Gulf of Mexico. On October 26, she was under tow from Coatzacoalcos layup, and was moored to wait out the weather, but she drew anchor and grounded. A 4-person skeleton crew was rescued. A crew member of the bulk carrier Tsarevna died from COVID. A Bulgarian-born ship's cook has perished. All of the crew tested positive, and despite the fact that the PCR test was officially regarded as not trustworthy, at least by the CDC, a COVID outbreak emergency was proclaimed. The ship sailed from Mariupol, Ukraine, to Varna Anchorage, Bulgaria, on December 30th. After a 6-day drift in the Pacific after being disabled by fire, the Italian Roro Friedenborg is under tow. On December 24th, a fire broke out in the engine room of the Roro cargo ship Friedenborg in the Pacific. The ship was damaged and unable to resume sailing after the fire was doused by the crew. On December 30th, the tug Drew Foss departed from San Diego with Friedenborg in tow. After an 11-day drift, the CMA CGM Kailas cargo ship is being towed. The CMA CGM Kailas, which was serving the Nora Express line in the Indian Ocean, was disabled on December 20th around 395 nautical miles southwest of Male, Maldives. The cause of the problem was unknown, therefore salvage was called in, and she was towed to Colombo by Teja. Fuel has sunk the post-Panamax cargo ship SM Pusan in the North Pacific. At roughly 03:00 UC on January 2nd, the container ship SM Pusan arrived in Victoria Anchorage, BC, Canada, towed by 2 C-span tugs and the offshore tug Maersk Launcher. On December 19th, she set sail from Vancouver, Washington, on the Columbia River, heading for Busan, Korea. In harsh Arctic conditions, the bosun of the general cargo ship Tixi perished in a sad accident. The bosun of the general cargo ship Tiksi perished in a sad accident on board early on December 31 when the ship was traveling in the Barents Sea off the coast of the Russian Arctic archipelago of Novaya Zemlya. Bosun suffered fatal injuries, including shredded limbs, and died nearly instantly. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you have any questions or comments, drop it in comments section. Subscribe to MarinAura for more updates.